Okay, let's unpack this. If you're operating in the world of, say, high-stakes research or publishing, you know, the biggest hurdle isn't just generating the data.
No, it's the information overload.
Exactly. It's that clash between incredibly dense research and the ruthless editorial standards you need to meet to get published.
It's a fundamental bottleneck. You have this huge paper, and you need a critique that's fast, rigorous, and goes way beyond just a typo check.
You need something that can see all the
I
angles.
mean, you need it months faster than a traditional peer review.
Well, that is precisely the challenge we're getting into today. We have a source stack detailing this advanced AI platform. It's called Philologica AI.
And it's designed to be this hyper-efficient editorial partner.
Right. Our sources cover its core architecture, its business model, and I think most importantly, a full analysis report it generated for a very technical research paper.
So our mission today is a deep dissection. We're going under the hood to see how this thing actually works, how it simulates critique.
And how it makes money and what its analysis of this one specific document tells us about the future of academic review.
And that document is a great test case.
It really is. It's a research paper on something called Explainable AI, or XAI. It's proposing a new, very technical framework.
So it's dense. It's complex.
Exactly. If Philologica can critique this accurately, it shows it can handle pretty much anything you throw at it.
This deep dive is, well, it's a shortcut to understanding the future of academic rigor.
So let's start with the foundation, the engine room. Philologica AI defines itself as a cutting-edge SaaS platform.
A software as a service platform, yeah. And it's all about editorial quality.
It seems to achieve that by marrying two things. On one hand, you have very structured analysis, and on the other, the raw power of Google Gemini.
Right, and the sources say they're using the Gemini 3 Flash Preview API. That tells you they're going for speed and top-tier performance.
The sources also gave us the tech stack. Now, we don't need to list every language, but what does building this on, say, Node.js and MySQL actually mean for the user?
It means stability, resilience. This isn't some prototype that's going to vanish next year.
So it's professional grade.
It's professional grade. It signals that it's built to handle heavy academic throughput, not just, a blog post.
And that professional scale leads right into the business model, which seems very aware of how researchers actually work.
Oh, absolutely. The workflow isn't constant. You have these intense bursts of activity, then nothing for a month.
So a flat monthly fee doesn't make a lot of sense.
Exactly. So the whole monetization strategy is built around a flexible token system. Your cost is tied directly to your usage.
Walk us through the tiers.
Okay, so you start with a pretty generous free tier. You get 50,000 tokens a month, 3 projects, enough to really test it out.
But for serious work?
For serious work, you have the pro tier. It's €14.99 a month, and that jumps you up to 1 million tokens and unlimited projects.
And 1 million tokens is a lot.
It's enough for continuous high-level analysis and multiple drafts of a really long document. But the real genius here are the token batteries.
The top-ups for when you're on a deadline.
Yes, the pay-as-you-go option. You can buy a micro pack for just under €5, or go straight to the Academica pack, which is 2.5 million tokens. It means it scales for an individual just as well as for a big institution.
Of course, none of this works if you don't trust it. You're uploading novel research. Security has to be airtight.
It is. The sources detail standard JWT authentication, bcrypt hashing, all the good stuff. But the crucial piece, tied to the business model, is what they call usage gates.
And a usage gate is basically...
It's real-time token monitoring. Every single request, every analysis is checked against your balance instantly. It prevents misuse and gives you total transparency on what you're spending.
Okay, that makes sense. So moving from the foundation, we get to the features that turn this from just a smart editor into, well, an intellectual partner.
This is the aha moment.
Right, it's the editorial council simulation.
This is their core differentiator.
Yeah.
See, traditional peer review is a lottery. You get 2, maybe 3 people, and they often share the same biases.
This system bypasses that by running your document through a simulated council of 4 personalities.
4 distinct hypercritical AIs, each one designed to attack the paper from a different angle.
Let's break them down. First up is the academic purist.
The purist, all about methodological rigor, clean stats, and of course, perfect citations.
Then you have the market editor, which is a fascinating addition. You don't usually see this in academia.
Not at this stage, no. This AI asks, is this research viable? Can it be applied? Can it be scaled? Can it be monetized? It forces you to think about impact.
Third is the structuralist.
The structuralist looks at the narrative, the story arc, the subtext, the flow. Does the argument build tension and deliver a satisfying conclusion?
And finally, my personal favorite, the harsh critic.
Unfiltered weakness detection. No politeness. It just pinpoints every logical fallacy, every weak link.
Now, my first thought here is, you're running my work through 4 biased AIs. Isn't there a risk you just get conflicting noise? How does a human make sense of that?
That's a great question. The goal isn't just to list the critiques, it's to show the author the tension between them.
Ah, okay.
So the market editor might say, this isn't scalable, while the academic purist says, the method is perfect. The author now has a new strategic problem to solve. How do I keep my rigor but broaden my scope?
It turns the review into an intellectual puzzle.
Precisely.
Beyond the counsel, there's the stylometric radar or narrative DNA. This feels like it's moving into writing psychology.
It is. It's a visual analysis of style. It literally maps the emotional tone of your writing, paragraph by paragraph.
So you can see if you bury the lead.
You can physically see if your key argument lands when the reader's emotional state, based on your own words, is dipping into boredom. It also measures velocity versus complexity.
Pace versus jargon, basically.
Basically. If complexity is high, but velocity is slowing to a crawl, you know you're losing your reader. It's immediate actionable feedback.
And then there's the dialectical engine, the Socratic assistant.
Right. This feature interrogates your intent. It might flag a paragraph and ask, this sentence seems to contradict your intro. Are you defining long-tail risk differently here, or is this a logical flaw?
It forces you to be clearer.
It forces you to sharpen your voice until every single paragraph has a clear purpose.
That is true intellectual sparring. Okay, let's pivot and see this in action with the case study, the analysis of that XAI paper.
Right. 2512.19557v1.pdf. First, you have to understand the core idea of that paper.
It's trying to solve the scalability-stability dilemma in explainable AI.
Exactly. In XAI, the systems that give you clear, stable explanations usually don't scale up to massive datasets. And the ones that do scale are often too complex to explain.
It's a classic trade-off.
And their solution is this hybrid LRR-TED framework built on a concept they call asymmetry of discovery.
Which is the idea that, machines and humans are good at different things.
That's the philosophical key. It's easy for an AI to find general rules and common data. It's very hard for an AI, but easier for a human expert to spot the rare exceptions.
So it's not trying to get the machine to do everything.
Not at all. It divides the labor. The AI builds the safety nets for common stuff. The human expert defines the risk traps for rare, catastrophic events.
Those long-tail risks, the low-frequency, high-impact events.
Precisely. And the paper showed this worked. They hit 94% predictive accuracy, but the real story was the efficiency.
They needed 50% less human annotation effort.
Which is a complete game changer for deploying this stuff in the real world.
Okay, so the science is solid. Then the platform's analysis moves into the editorial deep dive, and this is where it gets really interesting.
It immediately flagged a moderate prepress risk level.
Right. It's checking the science and whether the fonts are embedded. The report flagged unverified image resolution, saying they needed 300 dpi for print.
A classic submission mistake. It also flagged a potential color space issue. It couldn't confirm the images were in CMYK for printing.
But the biggest one, for me, was the citation deviation.
A huge one. Trips up researchers all the time.
The paper claimed to be using APA style, which is author date.
Like Fedon Smith 2023.
But they were using numbered brackets, 1, 8. And Philologica didn't just flag it as an error.
No, it recommended the specific fix. Convert all in-text citations to the required APA author date format. That's remediation, not just detection.
That kind of detail. Checking color profiles and citation styles. That's about final submission confidence.
And after that, it confirmed the intellectual structure, the argument structure verification.
It just validated that the logic holds together from start to finish.
Yep, it broke it down. Thesis, argument 1, argument 2, empirical results, and conclusion. It confirmed the logical chain was unbroken.
And it was that conclusion that contained the biggest takeaway, not just for the paper, but for our whole deep dive today.
The shift in the expert's role.
That these hybrid AI models shift the human from a rule writer to an exception handler.
And that's the synthesis of this whole thing, isn't it? The AI handles the bulk of the work, the common cases. That frees up the rare, expensive human expert to focus only where they add maximum value.
On the exception.
On spotting those complex, high-stakes, long-tail risks that automation just can't see coming. It's the optimization of intellectual capital.
So if we sum up the value proposition, this isn't just an editing tool. It's a strategic partner. It provides speed, multiple viewpoints, and handles all that nitty-gritty technical prep.
And we should mention the Smart Bibliography Management. It automates citation rendering in APA, MLA, Chicago. You can just import a source with a DOI or ISBN. It's the full package.
So what does this all mean? It means we've seen an AI grapple with something as complex as a machine learning framework.
And at the same time, check if an image is set to CMYK for print.
The line between a high-level research reviewer and a meticulous technical editor is, well, it's getting completely blurred. Automated, even.
The efficiency gains are just undeniable. It moves the human higher up the value chain.
So here's a final thought for you to chew on. If an AI can so accurately simulate four distinct critical personalities, the purist, the critic, the market editor, the structuralist, how long until the human editorial process isn't about reviewing documents anymore, but is primarily focused on just training the next generation of AI counsel simulations?